Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also work on Rumble, blogger site, and on Patreon for extra support. And any kind of updates and the such, usually I go about on Twitter X. And later today, we'll get another Midnight Suns episode again, just to confirm Monday through Saturday. So 6 episodes per week. I will be uploading one episode of this game. Mainly, I've been having a blast playing this game, and I've been managing to record some episodes to be on the backlog, so I have enough to maintain this cadence. Hopefully, until the end of the series. Hopefully, nothing happens on my working schedule that stifles the launching of this series here. Just a quick reminder: got all the completed gameplay series here. And again, when I'm able, I will continue to do live streams there when I find a more manageable uh, time slot for that. But yeah, keep your eyes on Twitter just in case, because I usually cannot do this with some anticipation. I just when I can, I will for sure jump in to the live stream, and then I will announce it on Twitter X to share the stream there. But yeah, other than that, that's everything from the channel that I want to mention. Yeah, let's go to the news. Some hardware news. We got the 7800 X3. It's kind of on sale at $333. This is an excellent price. It's basically almost at the same price as the 7700X, if not mistaken. Um, yeah, here is just MSRP. Yeah, it doesn't have. This table should be with at least with an extra price besides the launch of MSRP, so we have a better sense how good this deal is. But yeah, it's basically 100 and something dollars, $110 from the launch MSRP, which is pretty good. Again, this is the top line of CPUs if you want to, and it's on sale at this moment at Amazon. I'm not sure when this deal ends up, but if you're looking for like the top tier CPU performance, this is the one. But again, if you're playing around, I don't know, 4K, 4040p, even the 7700X is pretty good at this point, and it's relatively cheaper. Even the 7600 can manage to do more than good. Again, all depends on your budget and what kind of resolution and frame rates you are trying to achieve there. But yeah, top tier 7800X 3D, that's for sure. And continuing with some AMD stuff, they say they are going to promise a patch. At least for Windows 11 to boost the Zen 5, and it will influence also supposedly Zen 4 and Zen 3 gaming performance. Again, we saw with the reviews of Zen 5 that there was some issues, mainly some divergent results from the AMD and from the independent reviewers, and even between independent reviewers, there was a lot of too much deviation of even taking into account, let's say, the fact that you might have some variation in margin of error kind of a thing there. But yeah, of course, every independent user tests the hardware through their own way, and as long as it's consistent and if you follow that review, you will kind of get the path if the hardware is good or not. But yes, a lot of deviation in terms of results, especially from AMD and the independent reviewers. And supposedly, again, we saw this. This is regarding 9950X performance. There is a delta performance here that it's way bigger than it should be. I think margin of error regarding this usually, I don't know, 2-3%, sometimes 5%, depending on the results the overall results. Usually it's the what I consider a margin of error. But yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of this, especially with hardware unbox. Sorry, when they talked with AMD regarding the Windows bug, let's say, that AMD was using like root level administrative account on Windows, while again what we consider a normal admin account on Windows 11 it's not have even deeper access. But yeah, that supposedly there was something. I don't know if I will assume it's a lack of or not good communication between AMD and Windows regarding patching and putting the software needed to be more streamlined. Yeah, I think we might get something in the next Windows update. We'll have to wait and see. Again, it shows that supposedly you get some boost in performance from different variations of of the same Windows, which is kind of odd. Again, I think they misstepped there, and this only compounded to the not so impressive uplifts or supposedly uplifts in terms of performance of these CPUs here, especially in terms of gaming, because in terms of productivity they do fare pretty well overall, a little bit there. But yeah, in terms of the gaming, which is a lot of the focus, especially from my end, and some of the reviewers usually take a huge focus on gaming performance. Yeah, it was kind of let's say a disappointment there. Hopefully, this Windows 11 patch will see some performance leaps as announced here supposedly, at least with the this is just referring 9950X. This is the top tier one. The most disappointing one was the 9700X, mainly because of the 8 cores and supposedly was more aiming to be the uplift in gaming from all the lineup of this 9000 series. But yeah, hopefully, the for example, Hardware Unbox and Gamer Nexus might be able to have some time to recheck and see if there was kind of a change regarding that. And I'm not sure regarding especially the 9700X and the 9600X. Supposedly they will get, they are getting, sorry, some microcode correction, not microcode, but at least a BIOS update to lift a little bit the TDP there in terms of how they work, because the TDP is limited to 65 watts at launch. There was some rumors before the launch that they were trying to review that and maybe uplift a little bit the TDP. So even though it consumes a little bit more power, it does perform fares a little bit better overall from instead of out of the box there. But yeah, we'll have to wait all these things smooth out, and maybe Hardware Unbox and Gamers Nexus can do a revisit, so to see if there is really something that happened there pre-launch that AMD botched the launch there. But yeah, other than that, at least it's not Intel as they say, because from what I've been seeing, the 13 and 14 gen continue to fail all over the place, even with the microcode. Again, if there is physical damage on the CPU, you're screwed. Even if you lower to, I don't know, as long as the CPU is working, the degradation will continue after it happens. Yeah, we have that, which is not good, not good at all. But yeah, other than that, this is what I got for you in terms of hardware. In terms of games, we got the Gamescom stuff and a lot of stuff happening. We got just a quick recap here. Yesterday, I think the numbers were around 2.2 million, and yesterday it creeped up a little bit more to 2.3 million people playing the game. I saw some rumors again, but I'm not going to delve that. I think by itself, given that game is ramping up and continue to rise up a little bit more um, on the user reviews. I think yesterday was 92. It ramped up or creeped up to 95, which is good. Again, uh, independently, as long as the game is good and didn't try to create false expectations, and if people are enjoying it, that's what it counts there. Again, I'm willing to try this game, of course. Hopefully, I'm not sure regarding if there is any kind of day one patch that was launched to smooth out a little bit the performance there, because there is some issues with. It's not vertical stuttering, but there is some stutter here, so here and there, some spikes in terms of the frame times there, which induces stuttering, which it's a little bit odd. Maybe they will manage to patch that out, and the fact that the other nitpick that people might are having is invisible wall on the exploring side. It's a little bit of a shame given that. The level design takes in account that incites exploration because there is a lot of hidden bosses and hidden items for the leveling up of the character there. So it's a little bit an inconvenience there, to say the least. But yeah, other than that, selling banksters. I did a math, like a rough math. I think if being sold, if all these players bought the game, like giveaways or something like that, I think this counts around um, I, I, $150 million in revenue, just taking into account $60 the price of the game, which is a lot. So that's that there. In other terms of news, we got some data from Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth 3. Supposedly, it made 58% of Bandai Namco's total Q1 game sales. And in terms of the Kadakawa, which is the owner of From Software, again, we continue with the Bandai Namco. The publisher sold a total of 8.6 million copies of games from Q of 2025, which is considered April to June 2024, with 5 million copies sold. Shadow of the Tree actually accounted for the 58%. That's how they reached this number. And on the Ring helped boost Kadakawa's gaming sales revenue by 80%, and its gaming operating profit also shoot up at least 100% year over year, which is a lot. Again, the good news. Hopefully, Miyazaki-san can continue to oversee some excellent projects as a CEO and also as a game director, especially. But hopefully, his own philosophy can be translated and passed on to other game directors, at least inside From Software, given that he takes a very unique approach to gaming and how games are created, and hopefully that can be translated in other games that even not might be directed by him. At least they have kind of their pedigree and some kind of DNA or influenced by how he approaches games. Hopefully this is something that we can see in the future there. And again, this is good because From Software is a very philosophy regarding how they maintain their personnel. Hopefully, this can be spread out throughout the industry of under promise and over deliver in the overall scheme of things, which makes the games by itself just makes the games sell more because you're not creating a false expectation to the customer base of your own game, and that always translates to good sales. At least that's my perception there, and the fact that it takes a very unique approach to again creating games, which is by itself a sell point, at least from my part. But yeah, good to see this. In terms of Gamescom, got a lot of games here. I'm not covering some of them. Usually, everything that has to do with multiplayer shooter, extracting shooter, and all that jazz. Usually, it's not my thing. It's not the kind of games that I like, and not even covering what the upcoming games that I think they're coming out there, like Ubisoft's games, and that's a kind of shit show that we all know this is going to be. Especially Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, all that jazz. Usually, I will try to pinpoint in some games that might be interesting, upcoming games. One of those seems to be Flint. It's not Flintlock. Again, this is a private game. Treasure of Oblivion, to be launched. We got a release date at least, October 24th, sorry. Story trailer surfaced online. Again, this is not very well spread out there, but it's something that I caught my attention. I will leave the Steam page of all the games that I'm talking around here, so you can at least check the Steam page and see the trailers by yourself. But yeah, this seems very interesting, kind of a turn-based strategy there. Some comic book narrative, got supposedly also exploration. I think this is kind of between XCOM 2 and or more in line with Wasteland kind of games there. With the pirate theme things. Again, this kind of games is always my jam. If they are good enough, I always play them. I always have a blast there. And continue with the pirate theme, we got another one which is a roguelite strategy RPG, Rogue Waters. It was announced coming September 30th, so yeah, 1 month between each other. This one seems to be having some naval combat associated also. So you got the approach, the ship. You have a naval ship battle there, and then you have the approach of boarding the enemy ships and do the turn-based combat there. Again, I don't exactly know how it works, but the trailer gives you an idea that you have that kind of sea exploration. Very interesting how they went about it. Again, I will leave a Steam page link on the description there. We got this game. I think I covered this one post trauma before. We got now a launch date, October 29th. Again, this is a horror game. This seems like at first it seems like a janitor, but it's not. It's how the a tram conductor, I think, train conductor. Um, it's got some mixed of art styles, it seems, from the trailer. But yeah, it's an horror game. Very interesting. I'm curious about this one. Again, I'm putting on my watch list to keep in check, and when it comes out to see the reviews. But yeah, the setup seems interesting, and the story that there is some plot twists around here regarding the character itself, because a train conductor, again, trapped in a horror game, again, usually has to do something with guilt. Usually it's what we can associate that in terms of themes there. We got also this one, Retrieval. Again, this new trailer doesn't give us a lot of understanding what this is all about. When I first saw this one, I thought it was kind of extraction shooter. So that's how it felt to me at first glance. But I went into their own website and I watched the previous trailer from last year. Sounds okay. I'm interested. Again, even though this is like very cinematic, I think this is Unreal Engine. Then they got the RTX thingy there. Again, this is a Spanish studio, if not mistaken. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Seems like a little bit horror sci-fi kind of a thing there. You are in the off-world colony and exploring and see you again. I try not to delve too much on the story so I don't get spoiled. But yeah, it seems you got some survival mechanics there with horror. We'll see how it goes. I need to see a little bit more gameplay. But so far, got me interested here, at least to keep a watch on it. And again, I will leave a Steam link on the page there. We got also another trailer for this one, The Spirit of Samurai. It's coming out this fall. Again, it's the only indication that we have for now. This one seems pretty interesting. Again, there is no screenshots here. There is, it's kind of stop motion kind of a thing there. It's a 2D side scroller combat thing there with some RPG mechanics sprinkled into it, it seems. But yeah, very interesting, very, again, samurai inspired there. Got a cat as a companion, got some spirits there, also part of the Japanese folklore. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested enough to put it on my wish list and follow up and see how it fares when it comes out. And then we got also Atomfall. I think I mentioned this one a few months ago. My impression was, if not mistaken, that it was kind of wasteland kind of a game there in terms of the mechanics and the aesthetic. But now with these new screenshots and trailers, this has a lot of vibes of kind of a Fallout, which is, I think, it's something that need we need a little bit more on the market, like something post-apocalyptic with its own twist here. This is supposedly inspired, let's say, for something a real-time event. Again, it was called the Windscale nuclear disaster, Northern England. Um, again, I think I heard. I think we got some reference to this real-world event in the movie V for Vendetta, the Free Waters, something like that. They called it some apocalyptic stuff, and I think there is something regarding a nuclear disaster that happened in Northern England long time ago, and supposedly it takes that event and. Again, like the bombs fell in Fallout here, all of this takes place in England. Very interesting. It seems to have very Fallout vibe thing. if the again the studio is from the same guys that do Sniper Elite. I think they have a new Sniper Elite announced also during Gamescom. Zombie Army again. I don't know what this game is. Again, interesting enough. I think what they're trying to do here with this Fallout vibes is trying to put a little bit mystery on the story, how it's told. But a lot of the combat that you see on the trailer and I saw a little bit here and there of their own showcase that they have. I think with IGN or GameSpot, trying to get around that. Again, the interview was a disaster from the interviewers because again, it's a bullshit talk. Instead of trying to talk about the game, they just deviate from what they are supposed to talk about the game. But yeah, again, very interesting how they went about that approach. Hopefully, this is a good game. Again, I think we need a little bit of Fallout kind of a vibe set in terms of games because I like this kind of games with good storytelling, good character interactions. For example, good crafting gameplay mechanics there, so you. To add a little bit on the survivability of the game in game itself, and supposedly it's going to launch on March 25th, March 2025. Sorry. And then we got a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds is being the big game on Gamescom so far that I could see in terms of the publicity coming out. A lot of developer talks. I watched Rurikan was there in the showcase there. He played a little bit there. I'm waiting for his video for feedback, telling what the experience was, and get a little bit more detail of what he thinks that the game is going to be. But it's not here. I will leave his channel on the description behind below this article. But again, you got a lot of outlets and some big influencers, let's say, covering this game and taking some hands-on approach on the demo there. I think the demo is very kind of a vertical slice of the parts of the game because again, this is not the final build at this moment, and they are taking the approach is very similar. They choose it basically they choose this between the same kind of options. There is supposedly no cooking yet on this version of the game, or at least the build that they brought to Gamescom. But you have again, it seems pretty good. This game, I'm very interested on this game. That's for sure. Got 14 weapons. I didn't know that. At least for now, got 14 weapons. How this pellicle thingies companions work. Got a lot of interesting mechanics around that, and how the in the biomes the different beasts or the monsters interact with each other when they start to fight. A lot of stuff it's happening there that's very interesting. And because I don't know Monster Hunter mechanics, sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed with information that I'm not understanding. But yeah, I found it very interesting how this game is starts to get around and level up my interest in it. But yeah, this is it from at least from RB. Sorry, from what I'm trying to follow up on Gamescom. This is what I got my attention here. And tomorrow, again, I will try to get around to get more things that are cutting my eye there. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up with some free games and gaming deals. Again, got I don't know from my time zone around 6 hours until Death's Gambit, Afterlife can be claimed for free, and afterwards will be the Callisto Protocol. Again, I will continue to follow up on this one. Again, I'm curious about this one because I want to make a series out of it. I was interested enough to catch this game on a sale and start doing gameplay series, but given that it's for free, I will take this opportunity. On Steam, we got Blasphemous, 75% off. If you're not sure if this game is for you, you got the demo there. We got also Dreamscaper. It seems an interesting game, kind of a roguelike kind of a thing. Got very positive reviews, 80% and up on the reviews on this game. Seems pretty interesting. I think the fighting part is when you are asleep and dreaming, and then again when you die, wake up and you do the I think the permanent stuff there. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, very interesting this game here, and is 75% off. We got Lords of the Fallen 50% off on the deluxe edition. We got Jusant 35% off. Again, it's one of those that I want to try one of these days. Again, I have a lot of backlog of games to go through until I start playing more newer games, except with the exception of free games from Epic Game Store. And then we got also Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch remastered. This is a remastered version. Again, Ghibli style kind of animation there, and it's a JRPG, so you get a lot out of it, and it's 85% off. On GOG, we got Children Mocha. This is the complete edition, 75%, 71% off. Sorry, and then you got the Evil Within 1, 75, and Evil Within 2, 80% off. Again, both of these have my stamp of approval as an horror game. I made some gameplay series out of it. You can check them out to see if these games are for you. The Evil Within 2 is a little bit of improvement regarding the Evil Within 1. Less janky in some aspects of the gameplay there, but again, it's an horror game, very kind of Resident Evil, but more psychological in nature. But yeah, very interesting, and I really did enjoy it, even though it's got these issues here and there. It's not a perfect game, of course, but it's got my stamp of approval, especially at this price point. But yeah, basically this is it for today. I'm just going to wrap up with a plug on my Patreon, as always. For access support, at this moment in time, the access support is more in line for me to get a better storage solution, for me to be able to get backups of the stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.